This is Border Crossings. I'm Larry London, and today we are joined by a singer-songwriter who was born in New Jersey, but now calls Rhode Island home, Christina Holmes. Her new CD is titled The Beautiful Struggle, and she says her music magnifies her universal journey. Christina lost her father at a very early age, and she wrote a song that was inspired by her relationship with him, which brings the listener into her very personal connection and loss. Among Christina's accomplishments, she recalls performing at the legendary Apollo Theater in New York City. Christina Holmes' music is described as alternative folk, and today she joins us right here on Border Crossings. Hi, I'm Larry London. Welcome to Border Crossings. In our studios today, we have a singer-songwriter who comes from New Jersey originally, and she is now promoting a brand new album. We welcome Christina Holmes to Washington and to the Voice of America.
Hi, thank you so much for having me.
Nice to have you here. I had a chance to go on YouTube, and I caught this video where you were singing this very emotional song, and you were struggling to get through it. Relationship with your dad.
Yeah, I'm actually going to sing that song today, too.
Oh, wonderful. I hope you don't have the same reaction.
Oh, no. I mean, sometimes I do. It's kind of one of those things. It's either a happy or sad, but it basically stemmed from a birthday card that my dad wrote me that said, "I love you more than life. I love you every moment of every day. I've loved you since before I saw your face, and I'll always love you forever." And he pretty much gave me my love for music because he used to sing to me as a kid. And I always wanted to be like my dad because he sang, even though that he didn't do it like professionally or anything. And when I found the birthday card, it was like probably about a month after he passed away. I found it and I saw the words and I was like, this is a perfect opportunity to be able to write a song with him. So the chorus of the song are his words. And then the verse and the bridge are my words. And if you stream it on any platform, the end of the song ends with a voicemail that he left me that says, "I just called to say I love you."
Right, which is very, very emotionally moving.
Yeah.
To actually hear, his voice
for sure
on your song. Are you from a large family?
I mean, my immediate family's small, but I have a very big family for sure.
And Dad was a musician or songwriter?
He was in like an a cappella group when he was a kid, but it was just something that he did for fun. He never really did anything professional with it. And he played the guitar, but once I learned how to play the guitar, I realized he only knew 2 chords. But as a kid, I thought he was like this big rock star. I'm like, I want to learn how to play the guitar like Dad. And then I was like, he's like, nah.
Did he get to see you play?
He did. I actually dropped out of college to start to play music, and my dad and my mom didn't get to go to college, so that was like kind of a dream of theirs. So in the beginning of my career, they kind of like we butted heads about me performing, and then about a month before he passed away, I was performing at Irving Plaza in New York City, and he came to the show, and it was like a sold out show, and he ended up coming up to me after the show and he gave me a hug and he's like, "I'm so glad you didn't listen to me. I'm super proud of you and like, good job." Wow. So it was like a really emotional moment. And then little did I know he was going to pass away a month later. So amazing
story. And we never know what we have until we lose it.
Oh, for sure.
And so, it's a very good lesson to learn here is take advantage of every moment with everyone you love. And so the new album, The Beautiful Struggle.
Yep.
So is that song on the new album?
It's actually on my second album. I have 3. The second album's called Stand Up, and it's actually the last song on that album. But The Beautiful Struggle is a collection of all new songs, and then 2 old songs that I wrote when I was probably about 15, 16 years old. So.
Are they sad songs? What is the message here is struggle?
The beautiful, well, yeah, it's kind of just a course of... like over the past couple years, I fell in love with my wife, and at the time we couldn't be together, so I was writing these like happy love songs, but like they were very sad to me because it was like I couldn't be with her, and then I finally was able to be with her. And then there's a song about addiction because I've lost God knows how many people now at this point to addiction, and still have people that are suffering with it that kind of have it behind closed doors. So I wrote that song to kind of make us able to have a conversation about it, because I feel like a lot of the time people like to hide the fact that they have an addiction, or people in their family hide the fact. So I feel like it was just an emotional song that was allowing to make it a conversation instead of pretending like it doesn't exist. It's just kind of like an ebb and flow of my life story. So it's like love, loss, and happiness and struggle. So.
And it sounds like it's a bit therapeutic too.
Yeah. Oh, for sure. the whole album. It was funny. I named the album before I finished recording it, and me and my wife had an ongoing joke that I should never name an album before I start, because it literally, just recording the album was like a beautiful struggle. Every time I went to the studio, I was completely sick and just had to kind of push through to like record these songs. But it ended up kind of giving each song, to me at least, because I know my voice, like this, I have like this raw raspiness to it. So it kind of, it's kind of cool.
All right. Well, you've built up the interest and the curiosity. So now the stage is set.
Yeah.
Christina Holmes is here. If you'd do some music for us.
Yeah, I'm going to play one of the songs off The Beautiful Struggle. It's actually the first track on the album, and it's called Rise.
All right, great.
This is called Rise. Where will they run? Where will they hide? When all the things that they told us turn out to be all lies. They'll have nowhere to go. They'll have no way to fight. The only thing they could do is turn around and make it right. Now what will we do? Now what will we say? Will we say anything or pretend like it's all okay? We all have to act now. We all have to stand tall. We all have to come together and make it better after all. We will rise up when we are called upon. We will rise up and we will just keep on. We will tear down all the walls in our way. We will rise past all the hate of yesterday. We will break down all of the barriers, making it hard for all our sons and daughters. We will tear down all the walls in our way. We will rise past all the hate of yesterday. Oh, oh. Just for us, it's for all of the kids, it's for all of the people around us and those who still don't exist, for generations to come, the generations before, and all the land that's been stolen and land that is yet to be explored. Called upon, we will rise up and we will just keep on. We will tear down all the walls in our way. We will rise past all the hate of yesterday. We will break down all of the barriers, making it hard for all our sons and daughters. We will tear down all the walls in our way. We will rise past all the hate of yesterday. Where will they run? Or where will they hide? When all the things that they told us turn out to be all lies. keep on. We will tear down all the walls in our way, and we will rise past all the hate of yesterday. We will break down all of the barriers, making it hard for all our sons and daughters. We will tear down all the walls in our way, and we will rise past all the hate of yesterday. Oh.
Great. Wow, very nice.
Thank you very
Christina
much.
Holmes is our guest here on Border Crossings. Love your voice.
Thank you very much.
And of course, the message in that song, positivity.
Yep.
And I'm sure that news headlines and current
Oh,
affairs.
for sure. There's just so
influence-
much going on in the world right now, and we just need to kind of figure out how to come together and stand up and rise above everything. And it's really, especially with like the most recent shootings that have happened and just everything that's going on in the world. The shootings aren't the only bad thing.
Right,
And I feel
Unfortunately,
like,
I mean, there's so many things.
Oh yeah, and I feel like you know, you could spend hours talking about something, but I feel like something about music gets people's attention way more. So I feel like writing the words that I would say to somebody in a song is easily and makes it able to captivate people better.
Right,
So.
you can reach a lot of people
Yeah.
too, and you have a great platform. And I just hear the message of empowerment
Yeah.
a lot
for
these
sure.
days, and the Me Too movement, which is long
Yeah.
overdue.
Oh, for sure.
So there's a lot of things going on.
Yeah, and I feel like people, you know, they kind of lack that confidence. They might feel like they want to stand up, but also feel like they can't because you know they're one person or
Right.
you know they're not loud enough or whatever. And this song's kind of my way of telling people that we're able to do it. You know, whether you want to do it by yourself or obviously I want to do it with everybody. So if we all kind of got on the same page, we could probably make the world a better place if we tried.
And if somebody gave you a choice, they
Yep.
said, okay, Christina, you've got one choice. You're either a singer or a songwriter. What would your choice be?
Songwriter.
Songwriter.
Yeah.
Oh, so you didn't even hesitate.
Right. Well, yeah. I mean, I've been a singer my whole life, but I feel like I have a lot to say. And I really say it better through song than I do through speaking. And I'm a very talkative person. I'm you know, gift to gab, as our friend was saying over there. But I do talk a lot. But I feel like I'm able to express way more through songwriting than I am through anything else.
And when did you start writing songs?
I started writing when I was 8 years old. Sorry. And I didn't start performing in front of people till I was 18, though, and it was because of my college roommate who's actually sitting behind the behind the scenes.
So why was
right
she
now.
the reason you didn't perform?
Well, I was. Why was she the reason? I was sitting in my college dorm room singing one day, and her and my friend just kind of walked in the middle of it and was like, I thought that nobody could hear me because our room was made out of cement, but little did I know I'm really loud. And they kind of just forced me to do an open mic night at the college, and that was kind of the push that I needed because I was always terrified, thinking that it was like, oh, this is like the scariest thing in the world, and I messed up both songs. I played 2 songs, and it was kind of an emotional like, oh, I messed up, but it was also I realized it wasn't as hard as I was making it out to be, which is normally like everything in life. You know, you can talk yourself out of anything if you wanted to. And I just kind of, that was like the start of everything. And I played at every open mic night, bar. I busked on the street, and I still busk on the street. So
Still?
yeah, I do. I love it. There's a connection that you can get with people performing on the street that you can't in any other sense. And I also perform a lot in hospitals. I've worked with musicians on call before.
Right. I read that.
And there's just something when you have that personal connection next to somebody. And I've played on the street so many times, and I've had people come up to me and they're like, "Can I sing a song with you?" Which nobody would ever have the confidence to say if you're, standing on stage. Like, "Hey, can I walk on stage and sing with you?"
Right.
So there's something that makes it just kind of a cool human experience and
Right.
allows you to
become
be able
more
to,
approachable. I guess,
yeah,
right,
for
singing
sure.
Out on the street.
Because people are like, like this girl's on the street. Like, what could she? Nobody knows what
Mm-hmm.
my life is like. They just see this girl singing on the street and they feel comfortable, and people come up.
So
to
tell me about Music on Call, because this is for an international audience.
Yep.
And they may not have heard of Music on Call.
So Musicians on Call is basically an organization that allows singers, musicians, any kind of type of music to go into hospitals and play for patients, whether it's one-on-one, in a group setting. And they basically give you, you go to the hospital and you have a sponsor. So you don't necessarily know anything about the patient. You don't know like if they're like what kind of ailment they have,
Sure,
unless
sure.
you're at like a cancer wing or a terminal wing or something like
Right.
that. You know that these patients are going to be dying. And it just allows them to have, that one song and that moment of time to just forget about what they're going through. And one of the most amazing experiences I think I had with musicians on call was this woman before. They kind of give you like a little backstory. It's like this person's not really going to pay any attention to you. It's just kind of like for the family
Right.
or for the nurses or whatever. You're
Sure.
just kind of going, and they normally have music, but maybe they were having like a harder day that day, so they can't really pay attention. But this woman was blind and deaf. And I was basically going into the room to just talk to this, to play for this, to her husband. And I started playing the song, and she had been like, I guess for however long she had been in the hospital, had always been like focused towards the window and wasn't really paying attention to anything. And I started singing, and it was like she could feel the vibrations because she turned her entire body towards me. And the nurse cried, her husband cried.
Wow.
And it was just this like crazy moment how she can't see, she can't hear, but she still somehow felt the music. And it was just like this moment that I'll remember forever.
Wow. Well, life is filled with beautiful moments
Yeah.
and beautiful songs, which are usually inspired by moments in our
Yeah.
lives. And so we're talking with Christina Holmes. Would you do another song for us?
I will. Is it cool if I play that song Always that I was talking about?
Absolutely. I would love to hear that.
So, should I just go into it? Right.
However you want.
All right.
This is your show.
It's my show. I like it. So this song's called Always, and here we go. I love you more than life. I love you every moment of every day. I have loved you since before I saw your face. I will always love you. I'll always love you forever. I will always love you. I'll always love you forever. I'm your little girl, and I'm lost without you in my world. How do I go on without you? I know you're with me every second of every single day. And when I'm feeling lonely, I'll remember hearing you say, I love you more than life. I love you every moment of every day. I have loved you since before I saw your face. I will always love you. I'll always love you forever. I will always love you. I'll always love you forever. Back when I was young, you were always there right by my side, saying that you love me, saying that you cared. As I got older, it was not the same. I feel insane. Try to see the sunlight, but I always see the rain. I love you more than life. I love you every moment of every day. I have loved you since before I saw your face. I will always love you. I'll always love you forever. I will always love you. I'll always love you forever. I will always love you every day in every way. Oh, I will always love you. Yeah, I love you more than life. I love you every moment of every day. I have loved you since before I saw your face. I will always love you. I'll always love you forever. I will always love you. I'll always love you forever.
Wow. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful.
Almost cried.
Yeah,
I
know.
caught myself.
It
My
must be
voice was getting a little.
so hard to sing that song.
It is, and it's one of those things that it's kind of, there's three different emotions. It's either really sad, really happy, or if it's kind of a mixture of both. And sometimes I try to perform that. It almost happened during that performance, is that I get to that point where I'm about to start crying and my voice like almost stops working. It's like it doesn't want to progress and push forward.
Right.
But I told myself that I would play that song every chance that I get. And it just means a lot to me because, like I said, we always wanted to write a song together and we never got the
Right.
chance. And I feel like my dad would be super proud of the
Oh,
fact that
absolutely.
and it's crazy that somebody came up to me at the show last night. It was like, you really found that in a birthday card. And I was like, yeah, it was a birthday card that for my 21st birthday. And it was weird, the timing of it too, because I was sitting at my piano And ended up opening up a guitar that he had given me when I was a kid, and it was just weirdly in the guitar that it wasn't the guitar that it wasn't like he gave it to me for that birthday, but it was somehow, magically put into that case, and I just sat down and I just sang the words, and it ended up being like this beautiful moment of using his words, and so.
I'm sure he's proud. I'm sure he's smiling, and wherever, in heaven, and. As the father of a daughter, I mean, I get touched by those words, because I always tell my daughter I love her. So it's kind of amazing stuff, and very, I don't know.
It's pretty crazy because I like I said, I had told myself that I'd play it pretty much at every show I've played for the almost 4 years. He passed away in 2015, and it's crazy how, like, it's very healing for me, but the amount of people that come up to me after the show and they're like, I loved your set, but like that song about your dad, like, really touched me. And this girl the other day was hysterically crying, and her dad didn't even die.
Right.
But she has that connection, like he's her best friend. And, she was like, I don't know what I would ever do if my dad passed away. And you just really like struck a chord. And she was like hysterical while she was hugging me. And I mean, that happens more times than not. And it's always from that song.
Probably gets the biggest reaction.
Oh, yeah.
I'm sure. One of the biggest reactions.
No, yeah. And it's funny because I play a lot of positive music, and I mean, some of it's emotional, but it's always kind of more upbeat. So then I'll get to the point of the show and I'm like, can I get emotional with you guys real quick? And then I tell the story, and I just kind of, release what I need to release at that moment. And people just really gravitate towards it.
And you mentioned that he inspired your guitar playing. Yeah. How about the djembe? Did he was he involved with that?
No, he never played the djembe. I actually kind of got into hand percussion. My cousin Travis was and my cousin Sean as well. Both kind of played conga drums when I was a kid. So when I was like 6 years old, I remember going to my aunt's house, and they were like smacking around on these things. I was like, ooh, what is this? And then like I started hitting it, and a djembe I got interested in because it was kind of a smaller drum. So when I had gone to like Guitar Center or something with my mom and my dad, and I found a djembe, and I thought it was a conga drum. So I was like, oh, look, it's a small conga drum. And the guy's like, actually, it's a djembe.
From Africa, right?
Yeah, yes, from Africa. And I just fell in love with the sound, and it just, I just love hand percussion. So I kind of implemented it into my show, and it sounds really cool.
Now tell me about your performance at the Apollo Theater. That is, I mean, whoo-wee, to get on stage at the Apollo.
Yeah, it was really cool. So I had, at that point, I had performing for probably about 4 or 5 years. And it took me a really long time to kind of get that confidence on stage. Like I was performing, but I'd go and be like, hi, my name is Christina. This is what I'm doing. And like, I would be very like closed off. But I had gotten to this point where I was like, I feel like I could, make it on something. And, like I had tried out for The Voice and America's Got Talent when I had first started. And it was just kind of something that I wanted to do for experience. I had no intention of actually thinking I was going to make it on the show. And then I found out about, Amateur Night at the Apollo, which back in the day used to be on TV.
Right.
And now it's just they do it live at the Apollo, and it's not broadcasted. But they were holding an audition, and I was like, hey, Mom, like, you want to go wait in line at 3:00 in the morning and get ready, whatever. And I was like the 10th person to audition. And I was the only person that day that got asked to be on the show on the spot. And it's kind of a collection of, comedy, spoken word, dance, music, and all that kind of stuff. And the premise of the show, if you don't know what it is they basically, if the crowd likes you, they cheer. And that's obviously a good thing. But if they don't like you, they boo. So it was kind of like, all right, go on stage and try to not get booed off the stage. And
how vulnerable.
Right. So I was super intimidated. And so, they have the Tree of Hope on the stage, which is was the last remaining tree in front of the Apollo before, the city became the city. And they have it on the stage, and every person that has ever performed at the Apollo has touched this tree. So Lauryn Hill, Michael Jackson, Bob Marley, you could name, can't even name the list of people that have touched that tree. So the producer tells you, go walk out, touch the tree, and then go sing your song. And if you don't touch the tree, you'll get booed off right away. People are like, I'm going to boo you if you don't touch the tree. I'm like, well, what if I don't touch it right? Like, what do I got to rub it? Do I got to pretend like it's the genie from Aladdin? Like, what do I got to do? So I just, I went up to the tree and I played, and I got a standing ovation, which I was not expecting at all. And they had asked me to perform with the backup band, and I had never played with a band before. So I'm like, is it okay if I just play with my acoustic guitar? So it was just like I walked out and I was like, meh. And I was just blown away by the experience, and it was crazy because I was still in college at the time. It was right before I had decided to officially leave, because I had kind of went back and forth. I took a semester off, tried to do something with it, and it just wasn't working. So my parents were like, you got to go back to school. And I had this one teacher that she had me before the Apollo and she had me after the Apollo. And before the Apollo, when I would try to do a public speaking class, I'd be like, oh, I can't, I'm like, whatever. And then
Grabbing
after
the
the Apollo, I was
lectern
like, hey, my name's Christina, and this is
That's
what I'm
right.
talking about today. And she was like, what did you do over the summer? And I was like, I performed at the Apollo Theater. And ever since then, that 100% changed my outlook on everything, because people had always said it's like, if you can perform at the Apollo Theater and captivate the crowd there, you can perform anywhere, because they're like literally like programmed to boo you off the stage. So it really was like probably one of the biggest growth moments in my career for my confidence.
And your career is only about 7 years long. I mean, your
I'd
first
say-
album was 2013.
Yeah, and I had which is crazy. It took that long to release my music. I had been performing for 3 years prior to that. And it just kind of was like trying to figure out, I didn't know really anything about how to go about recording things. And I ended up getting contacted with Narda Michael Walden, who had worked with Aretha Franklin and all these amazing artists, and he wanted to record an album with me. So I flew out to California, and I was signed to his label, Tarpan Records, for a little bit. And I loved them so much. It was just kind of one of those things that like I felt like what they helped me with, I could do myself. So, we kind of parted ways, and we're still friends. We still talk all the time. And I kind of just did my own thing and learned how to produce and learned how to do all that stuff. And my friend, the past 2 albums have been co-produced with Warren Hewart out of LA, and he's awesome and just really awesome friend and amazing musician and producer and just all-time person.
We're talking with Christina Holmes, and she's in our studio for her new album, The Beautiful Struggle. You're on tour right now?
Yes, I'm on tour with Donovan Frankenreiter, and which is crazy to me because I've been a fan of his since I was like 14 years old, and I'm a big surfer too. He's a pro surfer, so music and surfing had collided on this tour, and it's been incredible. Every night we've been, I open up the show and then we close the show together. We we play one of his songs called Free. And it's me, him, and he has another guitar player named Matt Grundy that also performs. And it's just been a really magical tour. And for the 10 years that I had been performing, I was just an acoustic act. And this is the first tour that I'm doing looping and playing the djembe and doing all this stuff. So I'm looping my vocals and just kind of bringing this really cool full sound. And it's been incredible to see like the reaction from the people. And I've always had a positive reaction from my music and my lyrics and my voice and stuff like that. But this tour has been on like a whole other level of people really enjoying the show. And it took me like 5 years to get comfortable with looping, which is funny because I just had said like my confidence had soared at that point. And I got to a point where I was really comfortable playing the guitar, but I was terrified of the technology aspect of looping because if you don't know what looping is, it's you got to record. Yeah, you record all the stuff. You got to be like perfectly on time, or it throws off the entire thing. If you record the wrong thing, you're like, all right, I guess this is what I'm singing right now. So you kind of have to just like go with it. And it always kind of was intimidating to me, but this tour really showed me that this is what I should be doing, and it really is cool to kind of bring a more dynamic show for the people.
Next time you come back, bring the loop pedal
I
with
will,
you so
yeah,
we can
for
do
sure.
some looping. Christina Holmes is our guest. We have time for one more song.
Cool. Let's see. I'll sing a song for my wife. How about that?
Okay.
This song is called Never Let You Go. I want you to love me now. I want you to hold me down. I want you to kiss me so you never want to let me go. And I will just love you now. And I will just hold you down. And I will just kiss you so you never want to let me go. And I was lost. And now I know that I have finally found the one I want. The one I want to always be around. You have my heart. And now I know you've always had my soul. So never let it go. I said, I want you to love me now. I want you to hold me down. I want you to kiss me so you never want to let me go. And I will just love you now. And I will just hold you down. And I will just kiss you so you never want to let me go. You never want to let me go. You're the one, and I've known it since I first looked in your eyes. There was no doubt that you were meant to be right by my side. You have my heart, and now I know you've always had my soul. So you never let it go. I said, I want you to love me now. I want want you to hold me down. I want you to kiss me so. You never want to let me go. And I will just love you now. And I will just hold you down. And I will just kiss you so. You never want to let me go. You never want to let me go. I will just love you so. You never want to let me go. I will just kiss you so. You never want to let me go. I will just love you so. You never want to let me go. I will just kiss you so. You never want to let me go. I want you to love me now. I want you to hold me down. I want you to kiss me so. You never want to let me go. And I will just love you now. And I will just hold you down. And I will just kiss you so. You never want to let me go. You never want to let me go. I want you to love me now. I want you to hold me down. I want you to kiss me so. You never want to let me go. And I will just love you now. And I will just hold you down. And I will just kiss you so. You never want to let me go. You never want to let me go. I want you to love me now. I want you to hold me down. I want you to kiss me so. You never want to let me go. And I will just love you now. And I will just hold you down. And I will just kiss you so. You never want to let me go.
Christina Holmes.
Thank you very much.
Where can people go to find out about you, your tour?
You can check out my music at ChristinaHolmesMusic.com. And I'm on pretty much every social media aspect of everything. And you can find it at Christina Holmes Music. The only thing that is not Christina Holmes Music is my Twitter, which is just Christina Holmes. And I'm on every digital platform you can imagine. So Google Plus, iTunes, Amazon, Spotify, all sorts of shenanigans. So you can pretty much find all that information on my website if you can't remember what I just said. So ChristinaHolmesMusic.com. There's a lot of stuff. I just said a lot of stuff. So,
I love your voice.
Thank you very much.
Love your writing. Thank you
Thank
so
you
much
so
for
much
coming
for
on.
having me.
It's great to meet you and have you in our studios, and hopefully you'll come back.
Great
when
to
you're
be
in
here.
DC
Oh,
again.
for sure. I'll come back whenever you want me to.
All right. Christina Holmes is our guest. The Beautiful Struggle is the name of her new album. I'm Larry London, and this is Border Crossings.